Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here and welcome back to another Ray Shadow Legends video. In today's video, we're gonna have a champion guide for the Hell's Cat, or the Cheshire Cat. I like to call him the Hell's Cat, you know, like the Hellhound. So we're gonna have a champion guide for him. I'm gonna show you guys some of the areas where we can use him, the build. We're gonna talk about him a little bit. But before we go there, let me know what you guys do with the fusion. Do you push for the fusion or do you skip it? I don't know. I think I'm gonna push for this fusion. I don't know if it's gonna be that good. I think everyone who doesn't have a good lockout champion like Yumeko or Warlord or some of the mythicals, you know, maybe you should go for him. That's if you care about arena. I don't really care about arena, but I am pushing lately a little bit more into live arena. I'm close to go to like gold 2. So I would like to get some of those points. They changed the system for the live arena with the points and everything. And it makes everything a lot easier now to progress into live arena because you get 9 points per win and you lose 3 points if you lose a fight. So at the end of the 10 keys that you get, 10 coins, if you win at least 5 of the fights, you still get, you will still end up with more points, you know. So I think it's a lot easier. So I want to push a little bit. Hopefully I can get Quintus. I don't know if he's that good, but I will we will see when I get him. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this guy. Hopefully I can get, but I'm not gonna push for him. Yeah, if I can get him, that's fine. But otherwise, I'm not gonna push for him. I'm not gonna waste all my resources to get this guy. So enough with chit chat. Let's talk about the guy. So we have here the Cheshire Cat, Spirit Affinity, good stats. I wish he had a little bit more speed. Given the fact that this guy, it's all about speed, I wish he had a little bit more, like 110, 115. Unfortunately, they only gave him 101, but that's okay. 1500 attack, some health, a little bit of defense, which is good because he does need some defense. Let's see, his A1 attacks one enemy. If the champion is under a veil or perfect veil, attacks all enemies instead. Places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 1 turn. Damage based on attack and speed. So this is important about this guy. You need speed on him. Now mine is not that fast. I'm hoping to get more good gear, and I'll show you guys my stats and everything. But he does scale his damage based on speed and attack. So I think there's like a synergy between the two. I don't know which one takes priority. I've noticed I had him with less speed and he wasn't doing that much damage as and with less speed and a lot of attack, and he wasn't doing that much damage. And then when I put a little bit more speed on him, he was doing more damage. So I'm not sure exactly how does the damage scales based on these two stats. But anyway, thing to notice about this one. So basically, he doesn't put the perfect veil on himself before the attack. So if you open with your A1, he's gonna attack only one enemy, and then he will place the perfect veil, and then he will go with an AoE attack. Okay, but I don't think anyone will open with his A1 unless you really want to. But I wouldn't recommend it. So his A2 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit will decrease the enemy speed by 1%, up to 10%. It doesn't work against bosses, which kind of sucks, but whatever. And each hit will also increase this champion speed by 1%, up to 10%. This works against bosses as well. So in arena, I wouldn't recommend anyone using his A2. His A2 is like the weakest of his attacks. Okay. If this skill kills an enemy, place a perfect veil buff on this champion and the ally with the lowest turn meter for 2 turns. So once again, with this skill, he doesn't place the perfect veil when he's attacking. So if you open with this skill, you won't have the perfect veil. So I don't know. If you want to open with this one, that's fine. But again, I wouldn't use this one. I only use this skill for Hydra, and I'll show you guys some fights in Hydra as well. But other than that, this skill it's locked for ways or arena. Wherever I use him, I don't use this skill because it's not good. Now his A3 attacks all enemies. Before attacking, he's gonna buff himself with perfect veil and increase attack for 2 turns, and grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. So ideally you want to open with his A3, get those buffs on you, obviously the perfect veil, and then you go with his A1. His A1 is actually the hardest attack that he has. Okay, I don't know how, but that's how it works. So ideally, like I said, you would lock out this A2, both in arena or waves, wherever you use him, and just go with his A3 and his A1. Passive. Now this is really cool here. Passive effect. If this champion is under a veil or perfect veil, turn meter fields effects are 30% more effective. Also, if this champion is under a veil or perfect veil, this champion's attacks will ignore another 15% of the target's defense and inflict 50% more damage. So, which is why there's a good synergy with this A3, because you want to open with this A3, he's gonna buff himself, he will do more damage, he will ignore more defense, and he's gonna kill someone, and then you get that extra turn, because for sure you will kill at least one person, unless they are very tanky. And then you go his A1 and pretty much kill everyone. So, active effect, obviously, there's another one. Whenever this champion is about to receive a hit that will drop their HP below 20%, will block that damage. So it's not like he's gonna take the damage and then he's gonna place the block damage and the perfect veil. He will completely block that damage. He will place the block damage on himself, the perfect veil, and he can survive and be annoying in the arena. So he's kind of a really annoying champion in arena if you have him. Again, I will show you guys a couple of fights. It doesn't really work every time, because if you have if you're facing a team that has block buffs, or on you, they place the block buffs, or they remove your buffs, or I don't know, they stun you or freeze you, you will get this block damage, but then you will skip the turn because you have to unfreeze or get out of the stun lockout, and you will lose the block damage, and probably you're gonna die. So it doesn't really work every time, but it's still there and it's good. It saved my ass a couple of times in fights, so it's a good active effect for his passive. Now let's go to my build and show you guys how I built him. My build is not perfect, okay, so that's an issue. Oh, by the way, look at this 5-star soul here. I wish I had this on like a video or something like that when I got the soul for him. So it was really funny how everything worked out, because I was opening some mortal soul stones. I had 9 of them. I opened one. I got the 200 coins from here. I managed to buy one of these. I had 9 of these as well. I buy one immortal. I opened that one, got these coins, and then I was able to buy an eternal soul stone. And I opened that one, and he gave me the soul for the cat. And I was almost jumped out of my chair when I saw it. So again, I wish I had it on my video or something. But anyway, 5-star soul is absolutely amazing. And also, I got one of these 6-star soul for Alas. Oh my god. It's so painful to have a 6-star soul for a champion. I mean, Arba is as well, it's a 5-star soul, but 6-star for Alas, and I don't have the champion. I wish this one was for like my Mikage or my Gizmak, because those are the only 2 mythicals I have. But anyway, you take what the game gives you. But anyway, so like I said, we have a 5-star soul for him. He is in a 7-piece Merciless, and I don't have a 9-piece. Now, ideally, you want him in a 9-piece, but I don't have the amulet and the banner. So once I get those, I will put him in 9-piece Merciless for sure. Get that extra turn and do more damage, plus the extra crit damage from here. Total stats, it's 46,000 HP. It's okay. 5.5 attack. I used to have like 6.7, 6.8. And less speed. I had like 180 speed, but like I said, his damage wasn't really that great. And then I had to give up some of the attack and put some extra speed. 100% crit rate, 314 crit damage, some resistance. Accuracy, you don't need accuracy on this guy. This guy, he is immune to sheep, right? Because there's nothing in his kit that will trigger the sheep, the polymorph, right? So, and you don't need accuracy for him. Obviously, I do have some, because, that's how the gear works. I think these stats are decent for him. More speed would be nice. Maybe one day I can replace the attack percentage on these boots and put some speed, hopefully. These gloves are amazing. I have 100% crit damage on these gloves, but the stats are so bad. And all the rolls, they didn't went in the crit rate. If I had the rolls in the crit rate, that would be amazing. But anyway. And I had to go for this chest plate. Ideally, I would like some attack percentage here. But these are, I mean, look here, 4 times the crit rate, quadruple crit rate is 30%. So it saves me because of this. Like I said, if the gloves had some crit rate, I could give up on the chest plate and use something else. But I don't have, so I had to go for some like this weapon as well, quadruple crit rate here, just to make up for whatever I'm missing on the crit rate on the other gear. So a little bit of speed here and there, but overall I think it's a decent stats. Let's talk about his relic. Now, I think this relic is perfect for him. I had this relic on Ratalos, and then after I got the cat, I was like reading through this thing, and I was like, man, this relic is perfect for this guy. So wearer's damage increases by 1% each time any other champion takes a turn when the wearer is under a veil or perfect veil. Stacks up to 30%. Damage bonus resets after the wearer takes a turn. If you have all your team with good speed, let's say in Hydra, you have 6 champions, that's 5% extra damage before he attacks, It doesn't sound like much, but it's still good. So, for example, I have my Mikage. My Mikage, she's in a relentless set, so she's gonna take a bunch of extra turns. So sometimes you can get up to like 10% extra damage on this guy, thanks to this relic. So I think it's a pretty decent one. I don't have good gemstones, so whatever. There's more damage against enemy with full HP. It's okay, but it's not that great. I would like to have better stones here, but I don't have those, so that's it. Let me show you guys the masteries. Now, for the masteries, for a while I was going for the Helm Smasher. The problem that I have with this one is the 50% chance of ignoring the 25% defense, It doesn't always work. Most of the times I don't get that extra damage, so I decided to go for the War Master. This one doesn't really work out as well as the Helm Smasher, because with the Helm Smasher I get a lot of extra damage when it procs, but it doesn't always proc. That's the problem. With the War Master it's a little bit more reliable, but still, I don't think this is a good choice. I'm probably gonna switch back to the Helm Smasher eventually. I'm just testing a little bit to see which one is the best. But yeah, probably I'm gonna end up going back to the Helm Smasher, because when it procs, it actually does a lot of damage, But it's only 50% chance, so it doesn't always work. So yeah, this is pretty much everything. Like I said, total stats, I show you guys. I don't have him fully booked. I'm missing 2 books. And I'm actually missing one of the most important one. It's on his A1. That extra 10% damage would be so much better on him, but I don't have any books. I don't think I have any books. Yeah, I didn't get any from the clan boss. So once I get that extra book, it's gonna be even better for him to use him anywhere in the fights. Yeah. Okay, so now overall, guys, the $1 million question about this guy is he worth booking and investing resources on him? I think it is, but it depends on your account. For example, he's not gonna be a meta champion for Arena. He's not gonna be the best champion you can use for like Hydra. This is where I mainly use him, and some other areas like Doom Tower and some other stuff. But mainly for Hydra, I would use him. But obviously, if I get my hands on Theox or Toshiro or I don't know Ieyasu, this guy is gonna go in my second team or my third team maybe as well, because these champions are a lot better for Hydra than him. But he still puts a lot of damage in Hydra as well. So it's not the champion that you want to throw away. If you have him and you don't have better champions, definitely you have to invest on him. In Arena, he can be pretty annoying if you build him in a different things. For example, you could build him like stone skin, maybe some little gear, 4-piece little gear, 5-piece stone skin. Give him that stone skin on him, plus the block damage that he does with the block damage and everything. He can be a pretty annoying champion in Arena if you want to use him in Arena. Mine, like I said, is built for it's built mostly for Hydra and other stuff, not for Arena. But I still use him in Arena anyway. So let's take him for a ride in some of these areas and let's see where he can shine. So for example, in campaign, he can actually solo a Nightmare campaign. He's not gonna be fast. My Thor can do everything in like 8 seconds. For this guy, it's gonna take a little bit longer, but he can still do it. What was that? I think we're getting another working here. Anyway, yeah, let's do a super rate here. So let's see. His A3 smashed everyone. You can see now with his A1. No, that was his A2. His A2 doesn't really hit that hard. So this is the problem because he needs to place that perfect veil on himself to do the damage, you know. And if he doesn't have that one, but look at him. I mean, he did it in 18 seconds, so it's not that bad, you know. So if you need a campaign farmer for Nightmare, he can do the job. He's not gonna be fast, like I said, but he can still do it. So, what else? Let's go for some dungeons. Now, let's test him in stage 10 Dragon. Let's do this team here that I already prepared. Let's put one. Let's buff. And, oh, he's faster than my Lydia. Okay, so let's do it without any debuffs on them, you know? Not that great. She can place the debuffs. And we're gonna test his A1. Do this attack. And now he can go with his A1. 150, 144. So yeah, he's doing a decent amount of damage. Like I said, it's not crazy damage. But he can still do the job, you know. This is a Dragon 10, yeah, so that was almost done here. All right. So yeah, guys, like I said, he can be really useful in waves, for example. Okay, he attacked. Let's put some debuffs. Let's test his A2 now. With all the buffs here, with all the debuffs, you know, and see what kind of damage he does. Let's go for her. I don't know. 50, 60. Okay, not bad. It's not bad damage there. It might not be perfect, but it's a decent damage, you know. And let's go for his A1 once again. 93, 53. So I think with the Helm Smasher, he does a lot more damage. But like I said, it's not very reliable, you know. I think now we don't really get that much damage here done. But if you pair him with other champions, you know, he's still gonna do the job. He can clear some waves every now and then, you know. Obviously, he can solo the Minotaur. Let's put him here. Again, he's not gonna be fast, but he can do the job if you need one. Do whatever you want. Okay. His A2, like I said, is not that hard hitting. I don't know how his A1 it's his hardest attack, you know. I think they messed up something there. But yeah, with his A3, he increases his speed, which is good because more speed means more damage. And like I said, in Hydra, you would want to use his A2. 29 seconds is not bad, right? Okay, now let's move to some other stuff. Let's go for a couple of arena fights, and let's see what we can do here. We have a bunch of stuff here. Let's, I don't know, let's go for a decent team. I don't know if I can win this one. So I have him with Arbiter, Gizmak, and Thor. Arbiter, she's gonna buff with the speed. Gizmak will strip the stone skin if they have. For sure, they will have some. Then he will go and Thor will finish the job. If everything goes well. But we'll see. Okay. They are faster, obviously. Gizmak, he's not gonna do much, but... Oh, I mean... they did a job, right? Yeah. I thought I'm gonna lose that fight, but... obviously I didn't. Let's go. This is like, looks like a tanky team here. Okay, Gizmak will strip all the stone skin. And the cat will come. He kills someone, goes with his A1. Like you saw, guys. I'm not using his A2. I don't want his A2 to do anything because it's really weak and doesn't help me that much. I don't think we can take this team, but let's just try it. I think they're a little bit faster. Plus, this guy Tormin is fucking annoying. Okay, so everyone is frozen. Let's see what they're gonna do here. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is a perfect example, yeah, because he had the block buffs on him, he couldn't place the block damage, so he died. So there are situations where you're gonna lose the fight, you know. It's not gonna be always perfect. Let's go for this team. Let's see what they can do. I'm gonna show you this one, and then we're gonna go to Hydra because that's where you would want to use this guy. Okay, that's his main spot. Okay, so they almost killed everyone except him. He kills everyone. Boom. Okay, and this guy, he's gonna revive everyone, block damage everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna lose the fight. But you saw that he can be actually pretty annoying. Like I said, if you want him just for arena, put him in lethal with stone skin, and he's gonna get the job done. You know, we can try another fight, but there's no reason to do that. Obviously, in a live arena, you can use him as well, but this is where we want to use him. Now, let's talk about Hydra. This is where I want him. That's what I care about the most. So first of all, let me show you guys. This is some results that I got yesterday. I was doing a little bit of the fight, and just to see a little bit of the damage. And before we go to the fight and show you guys how everything works and how he can perform, let me show you some of those results. I didn't keep the results because I know I can do a lot better, and plus I'm waiting for another legendary book to put in his A1 to get that extra damage. All right, so this is like I said, it was a little bit of the fight. I didn't went all the way through. It was, I think, maybe like 100 turns or something like that, and then I stopped the fight. You can see that he does 58 million damage. This is brutal Hydra. 58 million damage, almost close to Thor. But again, he's missing a little bit of the damage on his A1. Plus, I wasn't really playing the fight, you know, the way I should do it. I was mostly messing around with some stuff. And but yeah, he did quite a good amount of damage here. But again, I can do more than this, okay? Usually I do around 280 million or something like that. So I'm hoping for the next time when I get the legendary book and to get at least to 300 million damage on Hydra Brutal. So not bad, okay? Not bad damage for this guy. So let's go into the fight. I'm not gonna try for Hydra Nightmare. I can't really do enough damage. I mean, I can one key the Hydra Nightmare, but I'm not. I can't actually bring enough points for my clan because I don't do enough damage, which is why I'm always avoiding Nightmare because my team is not perfect. So I do all my most points I get from the Brutal, around 900 billion or million or something like that. And yeah, let's go here. Now we are using Mighty Wukong, Gizmak, Thor, Lady Mikage, and Freya, and obviously the cat. So let's start the fight, and I'll show you guys, if you have him, how you can do this thing. So we're gonna start with Lady Mikage. Now this fight, I do it manually. Okay, I don't put it on auto because there's a lot of babysitting with my Gizmak and Lady Mikage, so they can switch between forms to do different things. So I start with Lady Mikage with the ally attack on the Head of Decay, because if I attack Head of Torment, he doesn't have the perfect veil, okay, the cat. And I want him to get the perfect veil first. He's gonna attack only one enemy. And this is the beauty of this guy in Hydra, because he always have the perfect veil on himself. He will never be under fear, right? Which means he can actually do more attacks. So you're not gonna lose that that attack because he's under fear, right? Let's see if we can clean. We couldn't clean. Let's buff a little bit, put some burns here and there, do some damage. Now we can go with his A3, do some damage here. Let's play some block debuffs if we can. Thor will come with a big hit here. Let's go for like 10 rounds, maybe 20 rounds, and let's see how it goes. Okay. Head of Decay he cleansed, that's fine. Let's put some big shields. I'll have to do a video on Freya, because Freya, she's absolutely amazing. I think I said this already on the last video, that I'm gonna do another video on her. So now you see I had to change to Gizmak so he can place the decreased defense. Now we can go with his A2. You need to go with this one at least 3 times. This way you get that 10% extra speed, and then you don't have to use it anymore, you know. So we use him 3 times, and then we're not gonna use that skill anymore. We're just gonna go A3, A1, A3, A1. Let's switch form with Mikage. Strip all these good buffs from them. And also place... Oh, I should have waited, because now he has this one. Fuck. That was a big mistake. It's gonna be tough. I made a big mistake here, because I should have waited for the strip buffs so he can place the reflect damage and then strip the buffs. And I didn't do that. And that's gonna cost me. So it's a little bit of with Hydra, it's always like a tricky one. You know, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to pay attention. I wasn't paying attention when I did what I did. But usually I like to pay a lot of attention and focus on what I'm doing. And this way I don't make mistakes like the one I already made. This was a big mistake. Okay, you know what? Let's do another one again, because it was a pretty stupid way. So let's start again with the ally attack. This is what I mostly do, guys. Whenever I'm doing a Hydra fight, this is how I play. I keep trying to do this kind of stuff, you know, and try to get the best out of my fight. Okay, put some play. We have the provoke now because of Freya, which is great. Let's do his A3. Let's see if we can place some block debuffs. That's great. Do some damage here. Okay. We can do this. Let's put down some shields. Okay, that's great. He didn't cleanse, which is good. Put some decreased defense. Get some speed from here. All right. So now we're not gonna switch form yet. Let's just try to get rid of this head, if we can. Okay, can we place another provoke? No, we couldn't. That's absolutely fine. Do some damage here. The cat will come. 160 per hit, you know, on not decapitated head. That's actually good. So now this is where we skipped the turn. Fuck. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna do it next time. Let's try to go for this head so we can get rid of him, because he's the annoying one. Okay. Can we actually do this? Head of Mischief is gone. We are turn 6 on 6, so that's okay. Yeah, we don't have this skill anymore. So let's see if we can decrease the buff. We couldn't, of course. Let's do this. Okay. He survived. But this head is still here. It's still annoying. Let's do an ally attack here. Like I said, we're gonna go for like 20 turns and see what's the damage, the overall damage. Let's go with burns again and decrease speed as well. No provokes. Yeah, okay, let's do this. We're gonna lose a little bit of health, but that's okay. Let's give him more speed. One more time we need to use that skill, and then we're done with that skill. We don't have to touch it anymore. You can see already the damage is ranking up a little bit. It's a lot better than what we had in the previous fight. Can we remove that one? Yes, we can. Good. That's good. Go for this head. Obviously, Thor is doing a lot of damage. Thor, it's a beast for Hydra. I like this guy so much. Let's increase a little bit our buffs. Attack him. Put the shield. So this way we survive the head of... which head are you? Head of Rat. Okay, we are on turn... Let's do another 10 turns. Why not? If you guys want, you can stay here and watch. And probably, you know, you can learn maybe something on how to build these teams. Now, obviously, my Hydra team is not perfect. I am missing a bunch of stuff in here, like healing, for example, and a proper provoker. My provoker is actually Freya, because she has provokes on her A1. But those provokes, they don't really work, you know. And ideally, I would like to get rid of Mighty Wukko, but Mighty Wukko, he brings Also the hexes, because he's in a hex set. So, you know, like I said, I would like to find better teams, but I don't have that much that great teams around, yeah, and champions. Okay, we got rid of that shit. Nothing works here. Turn 16. Let's see. I don't really like to attack Head of Suffering, but whatever. Get some extra speed. This is the last time we use this skill, and that's it. We're not gonna touch that skill anymore. What can we do here? Should we? Let's put some weaken and get rid of that increased attack. Put a big shield on them again. Survive a little bit better. We lost a little bit of damage here. We wasted quite a lot of time with all this block damage from these fucking heads and everything, plus the torment. But that's okay. Let's do this. Okay. The cat goes with some AoE damage. And let's do this. Okay, so we have the 20 turns. I mean, like I said, if I keep doing this, you know, the whole fight, I can get better results. But let's see a little bit of the damage. Oh, 3 minutes left. So 5 million damage is half of what Thor is doing. Okay, but again, he's missing one book in his A1, and that's great because that 10% extra damage on his A1 can actually give him a lot more damage. So for sure, he's gonna be almost close to Thor once I book him. I fully book him, you know. So he's quite a good addition to your team. If you get him and you want to use him in Hydra, he's gonna do a lot. Obviously, in time you will get better champions. You're gonna replace him. He's gonna go in your second team or your third team. He's not good for Chimera. I actually tried him in Chimera. He doesn't do much. Ninja, he's actually bringing the burns and everything, so he can do a lot more for the trials and everything. So I've tested the cat instead of Ninja, but he's not doing as much damage as Ninja. And plus, he doesn't do the trials. You know, the only trial that you can get with him is the Perfect Veil, but Ninja, he does the Perfect Veil as well. So, you know, you don't really need a cat in this team. But other than that, guys, like I said, you can use him pretty much whatever you want. Again, my stats are not perfect. With more speed, he's gonna do a lot more. With more crit damage, he's gonna do a lot more damage. But I think for an account like mine, and probably like 80% of you guys out there, you don't have like all the champions, the end game champions, end game gear. A champion like this will definitely help you to progress in the game, to get good results in Hydra, Arena, and you know, pretty much everywhere if you need campaign farmer for Minotaur farmer. So if you get him, I don't know, if you like him, if you enjoy what you saw here, you might want to use him. If not, you might want to go for some other champions. In the next video, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure actually, that I'm gonna have my video on Freya. I have to redeem myself because the first video I made about her, I was kind of trashing her, and I've been really wrong about this lady. She's absolutely amazing anywhere in the game. I'm using her everywhere, as you saw, even in Hydra. So I need to make a redeeming video about her, but that's gonna be in the next one. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.